All right, welcome everybody. So excited that you've taken time out of your day to be here today. We are going to share something with you that is so amazing. It's really helped me so much, helped Deb so much, and everybody that we've come in contact with and shared this with. It's really helped so much.
Mhm.
What we're basically going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and I'm going to let Deb tell y'all a little bit about herself. And we have a few different slides to show you to give you a visual of what we're talking about, so we can get your auditory, your visual, some of your senses involved, so you can really absorb this information and see if it's something
Mhm.
that you'd be interested in learning more about after the call.
And then at the end of the call, since we do have our group living a longevity lifestyle, we had a challenge that we're going to announce, pull a name out of the hat, announce the winner and what they win.
Yeah, we have a special prize, and we're going to announce the person. Totally random. Anybody that was involved in the challenge
Challenge.
is going to have an opportunity to win something really cool. So it's awesome that you're here. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Mike Chavez, and I live here in the fabulous city of Henderson, Nevada. And I have been obsessed with health and wellness and learning all the things that I could possibly do to live a life full of vitality and longevity. And so I've had a checkered past, so to speak, when it comes to my health and wellness. Most of my life, I struggled to eat healthy, didn't know what I should eat, how I should eat, gone through some depression, had some surgeries. I've gone through quite a few things that affected my health. And I'm sure most people can relate that there's been life circumstances that have come up that's got them off track when it comes
Mhm.
to their health and their wellness. And so I've been pretty much obsessed since 2018 about learning all the things that I could do to take care of myself. I was at a crossroads in my life in 2018. I was the heaviest that had ever been in my life. I was morbidly obese. I was about 360 pounds. And I was fortunate enough to meet some incredible people, kind of like what Deb and I are doing these days, who really took me under the wing and showed me how to live a healthy lifestyle. And through that process, over a couple of years, I applied some of the principles that I had learned from them, and I lost a massive amount of weight. I went from 360 pounds all the way down to 190 pounds, about where I'm at today. So I've been able to lose the weight, keep the weight off, and stay healthy for going on about 4 or 5 years. But the problem that I had was because I had so much weight to lose and I had so many medical conditions. I had upwards of about 20 different surgeries, motorcycle accidents, elbow replacement, knee replacement, spinal surgery, nerve surgery, just so many things that happened with my past from being overweight. I lost all the weight and I was feeling much better. I was able to be active. I reduced a lot of inflammation in my body, but I still had like arthritic neuropathy conditions going on in my body because I had permanent nerve damage. The doctors told me in 2018 that I had permanent nerve damage and I'd have to live with this nerve damage and the sciatica pains going down the back of my leg for the rest of my life. They put me on a plethora of medications from Oxycontin, muscle relaxers, gabapentin, steroids, you name it, antidepressants. I was on a myriad of different medications. So through that process, I learned that some of these medications were actually hindering me instead of helping me. So as I'm speaking to you today, I'm on zero medications, absolutely none. So that's a blessing. So fast forward to September of last year, which was September of 2022. So keep in mind from 2018 to September 2022, I was on this journey, but I was still suffering from this neuropathy and this nerve pain. Well, one of my friends reached out to me and she told me about something really exciting. And I was kind of really interested in hearing what she had to say. She told me, have you ever heard about stem cells? And I said, no, I don't really know much about stem cells, except when you're born, I know they're in your umbilical cord. And that's about all I knew. And I kind of had a little understanding that stem cell therapy was something, but it costs thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars, and you have to go to other countries, and it's really risky. And she said, well, what if I told you there was a way for your body to produce their stem cells naturally, with a medical device. And I was like, wow, that sounds really, really interesting. And I was really open to it at that point, because you could just imagine losing upwards of 100, 150 or 160 pounds and still not being able to function the way I wanted to function. I was definitely open. And I was already on the path to learn all the things like I mentioned a minute ago. So she sent me some information. I studied up on it and I read about it. And she sent me these patches. And we're going to share more about what these patches are in a little bit. And I started using these patches. And the first week that I started using the patches, I was sleeping amazing. I started sleeping better. And because I had the inflammation, the arthritic conditions, and the neuropathy, it really affected my sleep, and I wasn't able to sleep well. So that's what I noticed pretty much within the first week, but I was still kind of suffering from the nerve pain. I would get up in the morning, and this is what it was like for me in the morning. I'd get out of bed, and if you've ever had your foot fall asleep, you know what it feels like when your foot's trying to wake up and you get that pins and needles and when your foot falls asleep. Well, that's how I felt every morning when I woke up. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, I started getting out of bed real quick. And Deb said, you're not moving as slow as you used to when you used to get out of bed. And I said, you know what? You're right. All of a sudden, that pins and needles and that neuropathy pain, it just went away. And so I was like, wow, I was able to work out, and I was able to really get amazing recovery from my insane workouts at the gym. I do some pretty crazy stuff. I was still doing that under duress and pain the whole time, but now it's such a relief not to have that pain. And I know that it's been these patches that have helped me so much. So that's a little bit of information about me and my experience. I'm going to introduce you to the wonderful Deb Marie here. If you don't know who she is, she's truly an awesome woman. I may be a little biased because I totally love this woman. However, she has a servant heart. She loves people, and she loves to share things with other people that she's learned that have helped her. So Deb, go ahead and share.
Hi, everybody. So glad you're here. Dolores Gale. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, I too am a lot like Mike. I was very overweight, struggled with my weight a lot of years since I was a young girl. And yeah, fat, anxiety, stress always got to me really bad, and I ate my feelings. So a lot of you know part of my story, but it stemmed like that from the time I was a little girl. And I didn't realize how much the food addiction had to do with my anxiety. And, when we have high anxiety, it definitely impacts our wealth and our health. We struggle with staying healthy. But I too lost a lot of weight, not quite as much as Mike, but I have lost 100 pounds at one time. And just recently in 2022, I lost the 50 pounds that I had gained with COVID.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Good job.
So I'm back to feeling like me again. When we struggle with weight or illness or pain, we forget what it is to be us, our true authentic selves, and that takes over, because health truly is wealth. When we're not healthy, the only thing that matters to us is being healthy. And that's why we love to share what we find and how amazing it is. Mike and I started on the patches together last year, 2022, in September. And when I was doing my weight loss, I found out when I started wearing the patch, it not only helped me with sleep right away, I struggled with, getting a good night's sleep. And we all know how important sleep is when it comes to anything, when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to managing our pain, that it totally makes a big difference. So I wore this little patch on the back of my neck, and all of a sudden I was sleeping better. And when I went to work out, I was noticing that, wow, I'm not sore. Am I still working out as long? Am I still working out as hard? And Honestly, I was working out, maybe not 5 hours a day like Mike, but I was working out for 3 hours a day. I was doing my walking, I was doing my weightlifting, and I also work. I work on my feet all day long as a server in a 55 and over apartment building. So that's a lot. And I also noticed other things when I wore this patch. I noticed my skin was reverse aging. I noticed my hair was getting thicker. Not that I need thicker hair, but it was still getting thicker. I noticed my memory and my cognitive function was even clearer. And you know, when we're women of a certain age, we go through these changes in our body. And you know, they say, oh, all these things happen, you know, the menopause, your belly. Um, I noticed uh, muscles tone that I didn't have when I was still working out. And it really has been a great thing for me. We all have our different experiences. I've shared with people, and their pain have disappeared from this patch. I mean, I am fortunate to not have the excruciating pain that Mike has been through, but I still had my aches and pains that literally disappeared. And now I am struggling with a hernia. And when I'm wearing the X39 and the X49 together, I actually am feeling healing happening, which I thank the Lord for that myself, because yeah, it makes me feel bad about myself when I can't do the things I want to do. And I know you guys all feel that way and have experienced that as well at one time or another. So we're going to go through some slides right now to help you learn more about this amazing technology that we've learned about. Have you been patched yet? Elevate, activate, and regenerate. Why the X39 stem cell activation patch? The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. And at age 30, only half your stem cells are active. And at age 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity.
Yeah, and that's something that so many people don't know, including doctors. I had somebody ask me the other day, well, how come my doctor doesn't know about this? And well, the word's getting out.
Yeah.
And that just goes to let you know, if you're ahead of the curve and you know something about something like this that's so impactful that the doctors aren't even aware of yet, then it's something that is really revolutionary.
It sure is. And how does the X39 work? It's the holy grail of anti-aging copper peptides. It's made of organic nanocrystals, formulate to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. So there's no injections here. It reactivates your own stem cells.
And what's really amazing, just to let you know, this patch isn't healing anything. It's your body healing itself because it's getting what it needs naturally again. And so to mention what Deb said, there's nothing going into your body, it's injections. And even though this is a patch, it's not a transdermal patch, which means that because you put this on your skin, we know there's millions of tiny little holes in your skin, the largest organ in your body, and it's going to absorb anything that you put on your skin. And that's the good news. Nothing is going to into your skin because this is not a transdermal patch.
And the company, Lifeway Company Growth, it's a 19-year-old company. It went from 20 million to 280 million in the last 2 years, and it's open in over 75 countries.
And what's really amazing about that, we like to call it the oldest startup company that's established. It's not going anywhere. We'll get into more of who the inventor and the CEO is and how the company was started. But we're going to also talk more about the stem cell industry. In just a couple of years, this company has gone from the 20 million to 280 million. And that's where you can really understand when you think about the numbers, how mind-boggling that is, that there's something really to be seen here. Oops, let me click this one here. All right.
It's David Schmidt. He's the CEO and the inventor of the X39. He has over 130 patents. He's a scientist and an inventor, and he's a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. He really is an amazing guy. I've listened to him speak, and really important to him is everybody's health and wellness. He really cares.
Yeah, he really does care. And what another thing about David Schmidt that's truly amazing is as brilliant as he is. Einstein says that if you truly understand something, you should be able to explain it in simple terms, right? And so that's what's amazing about him. We have some resources, and I strongly encourage you to do your research and listen to some of him explain the technology, because he talks about it in a simple way for people to understand. And I totally understand it now, and exactly how these patches actually work. But the guy is a genius for sure.
Yes, and it's recently patented technology. It's not a Me Too product like most companies. You guys know what that's about. It's good for weight loss, skincare, supplements, all of that.
Yeah, and so just to let you know, I had mentioned that this is actually a medical device. So it's not a supplement, it's not a product. It's a medical device that's registered with the FDA, and it's patented with the United States Patent Office. So I want you to really think about that for a second. For something to be registered as a medical device with the FDA, just imagine all the testing that has to go on to make sure that it actually works. On top of that, the patent at the US Patent Office, so many research clinical studies had been shown to prove that it actually works. And it's patented, which means there's nobody else in the world that has access to this technology except the people that are telling you about it right now and you that are hearing about it today. So what happens, Deb, when you activate your stem cells?
Oh, you get rapid pain relief. It reduces inflammation in your body. It supports wound healing, as you know, since
we'll get to that. I'll tell you, yeah.
Energy and vitality, as we both know, mental clarity, like I mentioned earlier, and enhanced sports performance, which I've experienced as well, and faster recovery from exercise and improved skin appearance. I actually experienced almost, I think everything except the wound healing, because I really didn't have any open wounds.
Yeah. Well, just real quick, a personal story. On July the 1st, I had a compound fracture on my arm. Last week I did this call and I was sitting in a cast. It was 6 days ago. I got my cast off and my stitches removed. I can do so much. I had mentioned I had gone through so many other surgeries. In 2009, I broke this same arm the exact same way. I had a compound fracture, motorcycle accident. I had 2 broken arms at the time. When I got my cast off, it took me 1.5 months to be able to make a fist. After 2 days of getting my cast off, I was able to make a fist.
Yeah,
not only was I
see
able to make a fist, my hand's very functional. I'm going to have to do physical therapy. There's a lot of work to be done. However, the wound healing has been amazing. I just got my stitches out
not even a week ago,
6 days ago, and you can see the scar is totally healing up. So the pain,
you can't even tell.
The pain relief has been amazing. Opioids are an epidemic in this country, and I had gone through so much problems in the past with my previous surgeries with opioids and getting off of them and getting on them because of all the surgeries that I had. This time when I had my surgery, I was only on the pain medication for 2 days, and I quit taking the pen medication.
And that's actually what it's supposed to be for, but it's so addictive that people can't get off of it.
Exactly. So there's so many amazing benefits that happen when you activate your stem cells. Brenda coined this saying, I love it, and I'm going to shout it from the rooftops because it's amazing. These stem cells are smart technology in your body. It's kind of like an accident scene. When the ambulance shows up, they triage and they go to the person that's hurt the most, and they get that person to the hospital the quickest. That's exactly what stem cell regeneration does, is it triages what's going on in your body, and you might not even know you got something going on, but your stem cells know. Like for me, it took a while for my pain to go away, but I was getting better sleep, and guess what was happening in that whole process? My body was regenerating because it was getting the proper sleep, and then eventually the pain went away. Again, we're not diagnosing, we're not treating. The patches aren't healing anybody. Their own bodies are healing it because their stem cells are being activated. All right. So how long does it take to get some sort of results from these things, Deb?
Well, per 80 case studies on the X39, the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. It decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression that I touched on a little bit for myself as well. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. You have decreased wrinkles, hair growth increases of structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age, which is pretty
That's amazing.
phenomenal. A recent study of 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years just after 6 months of using the X39. And yeah, this, as we said earlier, is not anti-aging. It is age reversing, as David Schmidt had told us all.
Yeah, it's truly incredible. It really, really is. Okay, where can people learn more about this after the call, Deb?
This is a really cool website. It's easy to remember, startx39.com. And you can learn all about it. You can see testimonials in there, and it is really easy to follow along with
Yeah.
the videos.
So what's one of the things that I like best about this site is there's two camps. There's the person that
Mhm.
says, I want to know all the science. I want to see all the studies. I want to know all the research.
Mhm.
And then there's the other camp says, I don't care about any of the science. I don't care about any of the research. What has this done for other people?
Yeah.
How has this helped other people? How is this going to help me? How can I see somebody that this has helped that I can relate to? Well, when you go to this website, startx39.com, it's all there for you. So you can hear stories, how it's helped people like Deb mentioned, and you can do your research, and you can research up to 80 of the clinical studies that have been done to show that this is actually beneficial to regenerate your stem cells.
Mhm.
Now, how do you wear these? How does it work, Deb?
Oh, you wear the patch 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. The X39 we put on the back of our neck right here.
It looks like
And-
this, a little Band-Aid. I don't know if you can see it looks like it's a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I put mine on at 6 a.m. in the morning and then take it off at 6 p.m. That works best with my schedule. You throw the patch away and then you put a new patch on the next day and repeat. You can wear the patch more than one patch at a time, which I'm doing right now, but you have to make sure you drink plenty of water. That is vital.
Yeah, it's so huge because within right away it starts resetting your genes. Your body's detoxing when it's reducing the inflammation. That's your body detoxing. And the patch themselves are made from not chemicals. It's made from 3M. It's made by 3M, and it's surgical grade medical tape. So basically like the same tape. So it's hypoallergenic basically. And I think it's like 1 in 1,000 people might have some sort of reaction from their skin. However, if you do have a reaction, you don't necessarily have to put it right on your skin. It still works. You can stick it on the inside of your clothes and still get the benefit from the patch.
And right now I'm wearing an X39 on my back of my neck, and then you can see the other spot is right below your belly button. I'm wearing the X49, and I'm trying the energy patches as well, which I just learned about last week, which they actually use your body fat to burn and give you more energy. And yeah, they've been known to help with weight loss, but we start with the X39 first. That's what both of us started with.
Exactly. All right. So here are some testimonials. Deb, doesn't that look amazing? Oh, look at that lady's face.
You see testimonials here about her wound healing, about wrinkles, and about hair growth, all the things that we mentioned earlier. My friend Donna tried it for pain, and she's noticing a lot of other things going on in her body, like Mike mentioned about Brenda's term, the smart technology, where you don't even know where it's going to go. She had a huge birthmark since she was a child, and it's literally disappearing before her eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And I would mention wound healing. You can see the picture here, and just this is what this did for this lady in 21 days. I'm blown away with what it did for me in 6 days.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine what this arm's going to look like
Yeah.
in another couple of weeks. Okay, let's go to the next slide. All right. So let me ask you, what's more important to you? Family time, freedom, security, travel, better health, less debt? At the end of the day, I think
All the above.
all the above, a true sign of success, I think, is really doing what you want to do, spend time with your loved one, and just having that quality time.
Mhm.
So, Deb and I have such a passion really to share amazing things with people. When we started hearing about this, we started thinking about, oh, I know this person. Oh, I know this person. There's people that we started thinking about that this could help, because we're just givers. And I'm sure you have a place in your heart too. You've been maybe watching some of this and not just thinking of yourself. Maybe you've been thinking about some other people this might help.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is I met Brenda in 2000, I think, and 19. So I've known Brenda. I'm going to introduce you to Brenda here in a second. I've known her since 2019 in another project that we worked on. And she's the one that introduced this to me. And Deb, she introduced it to us. And she showed me that there was a way that we can share this with other people and get compensated for it. We live in the age, right, of the gig economy is what they call it. So I'm going to introduce an amazing woman. It happens to be her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
She's become a true family friend. She's family now. And we talk on a daily basis. We do. It's truly incredible. And Brenda's going to share a little bit more about her experience, her husband's experience, and how we're sharing this and helping other people. Brenda, are you there?
I am here.
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, that was perfect. I took the beginning of the call in the car on our way home from dinner. We unexpectedly went for a nice dinner with some friends, so I was extremely happy.
Nice.
So I'm also not only celebrating a birthday, but I am celebrating our 1-year patchiversary.
Yeah.
Yay.
And let me tell you what a ride this has been for the past year. So for those of you that don't know me, I have been a caretaker for the past 12 years. Actually, today is also 12 years ago that my husband suffered from his first major stroke, because of course he had to do that for me on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that stroke, he was left with some issues. His biggest issue was that he suffered from severe dizziness anytime he looked up at the ceiling. That 2.5 years later, he decided to have his second massive stroke, which left him with complete right side deficits and a lot of cognitive issues. A typical conversation with him was, well, did you talk to what's his name and what's her name? The ones that we met from, whatchamacallit, talking about you guys. And how are they doing with the thing?
Yeah.
And I would, of course, be able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together with some clues and hints but that's pretty much been our way of communicating for the past 9 years. Today, I'm happy to tell you that he can look up without getting dizzy anymore. He can move his head from side to side without getting dizzy anymore. He can hit a golf ball without passing out from being dizzy. And he can even hit tennis balls as long as he doesn't have to run. The right side deficit is still there. I have not yet seen any improvement with that, but the cognitive, I can't shut him up now. It took several months. I'm not going to lie. It took a good probably 6 to 8 months for him to start really having full-blown conversations. And it took until about 2 months ago where he was able to start telling jokes again.
Wow.
He was a master joke teller. Now, every time we sit down at a dinner table with people, he's going to tell a joke. And I'm like, yes, I didn't realize how much I missed it. So it's amazing how his brain is healing by giving him the tools of the stem cell reactivation patch. So our lives as a married couple have changed dramatically because we actually got married right after his first stroke, and then he stroked 4 months after we got married. So our married life for the past 9 years has been a little trying with his health issues. We are going actually in September for a full echo and stress test, and I am beyond excited to see what it has done for him, because they say that after 6 months of wearing the patch, it can reverse coronary artery disease by 8 years.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
going, wow, that means we've done 2 6-month rounds. Maybe it's gone back 16 years. So
Yeah.
we will see. So the patch has been really amazing. And once I started seeing the changes in him, I said, I have to share this with everybody I know. It would be selfish of us if we didn't share this wonderful product. So this has been an amazing ride, because, you know, if anybody here knows of Tony Robbins and his latest book, Life Force, he talks about the stem cell industry and what stem cell injections will do for people. Well, David Schmidt went one level further, and he said, forget the injections. Why do you want somebody else's stem cells in your body? Let's just reactivate your very own.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be a $300 billion industry, because it's more and more popular, and it's just exploding. People are going all over the world to get these injections. All we have to do is put on a little tiny patch. That's the size of a quarter. Go ahead, next slide,
Okay.
please. Okay, so I don't know who here is interested in just the product versus the business end. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about not being part of the business, so to speak. But the way I approach this is, my husband also is a diabetic, and I spend $400 a month on his medication. Now, the truth is, the patch is doing wonders for him. His cholesterol medication, we've had to back down to only once a month, because his cholesterol is now too low since he's wearing the patch, which I like that problem. But with his diabetic medication, I have no way of recouping that $400 a month that it costs me. No matter what I do, I have to come up with $400 a month. Well, the stem cell reactivation patch here, the X39, is a $99.95 purchase per month. But you can recoup that. And that's what I love about this, okay? You have options. So what is the option? You share it with a bunch of friends and family, okay? You don't have to be pushing and building and building and building a sales team. You just need to share it with a few people. They order it with you, and then guess what? You make enough money that you cover your $100 a month product. How awesome is that? So now you can get your product for nothing. And if you're okay with that, I'm very happy with that. I want everybody to have the ability to heal their bodies and it not have to cost you anything. Now, if you decide, wow, it was that easy to get 4 or 5 people to sign up with me, I want to build some more, then by all means, come on in and be a part of our team. So how does it work? We're a binary system, which means we have a right and a left leg, okay? So it's very simple. Mike is on my left leg. Deb is on my left leg. We have Cheryl on this call. She's under Mike also. Now, Mike is making money off of Cheryl, even though I enrolled Cheryl, because she came down further in the left leg than Mike did. Okay, so that means every time I sign somebody up on the left leg, my entire team on the left leg is making money. Okay, I've now built also my right leg. Okay, and anybody I'm putting on my right leg is making money. So it's a wonderful compensation plan, because we are all in it together as one big happy family. Okay, we all work together. You know, I've introduced people all on the team, and we all work together to help one another. And what's really great is I just got a text on my way home, and I didn't even open it yet. Okay, so I'm going to open this with everybody, because I got one of Mike's people sent me a picture today, and he got his first check from LifeWave. $761
In 6 weeks.
in 6 weeks. That's right. And he is blowing it up. So I couldn't be more proud of him. I wish he was on this call, but he doesn't know how to do Zoom. Okay, so he's doing his whole business without even doing Zoom. He has no computer and he has no Zoom. He just works off of his phone. He calls me, he calls Mike, we get on calls and we take care of helping sign them up. And that's what we do. So it's really a great program. And you get bonuses and matching bonuses. And here's the problem. They limit you to a max of $25,000 a week until you get to a certain level. I'm willing to fight that problem. I
Yeah.
don't know about you.
I'm okay with the 100,000 a month. That's okay.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
You can
Yeah.
live with that, right?
Yeah.
Next slide, please. Okay, that's where we're talking about the matching bonus, okay? So the whole program is working on obviously growing and growing yourself. So the first level you want to get to is manager. In order to get to a manager, you have to have 2 silvers or better on each one of your legs, okay? Silver is a $300 purchase. So that means you really need to just get $3, $6, $9, $1,200, okay? I did that in a matter of weeks. It was easy as could be, okay? And then you'll see, you'll get 25%, and then you'll get 20% and 20%, and it just keeps going down from there. There's no limit. It's an infinitive tree.
Mm-hmm.
And not to interrupt you, but you know what I love about this type of business is the fact that people say, well, if I didn't come in the beginning, then how can I make money, or how can I advance up in the system if I'm late to the party? Well, guess what? This one over here on my left side, Deb, she just passed me, and I'm the one that got her started. And you know, that's what's amazing is we're a team and we work together, and it doesn't matter where you come in, you get to fit in
Yeah.
and you can excel.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unlimited, and that's the beautiful thing. And it's still, even though it's a 19-year-old company, X39 is out now about 4 years. And we've gone from 20 million to $280 million in the past 2 years. We're making over $1 million a day, the company.
Wow.
Like we're pretty far up to the top of the tree. And what's really great about that is we have personal relationships with the top earners in the company. And like one lives only 4 miles from my house. If I call him, he'll meet me for a cup of coffee. So it's really still a great opportunity to get in. What you're seeing here on this screen is sample envelopes that our team leaders have actually created for us. I walk around, I never leave home without my sample envelopes. And I always put like 3 or 4 patches in each envelope, and my name and number and my website, everything is on that envelope. And I don't care where I am, who I'm with. If I talk to somebody and I feel that they're a worthy person to try to share the information with, I'll actually patch them right there on the spot and give them some patches to take home and try.
Oops. Fantastic. Let me get you to the next one here. Awesome.
Okay, so Quantum Field is the organization within LifeWave that was started by a woman named Onyx Cole and Steve and Gina Merritt. And they're actually getting on a call in about 15 minutes tonight too. So what they've done is they've created the whole concept of Build 331. So what does that mean? Well, you want to reach out to 3 people a day. You want to follow up with 3 people a day, and you want to patch 1 person a day, or you want to invite 1 person to a call per day. Okay. And that system, if you follow it, it's so simple because it's not like call 10 and 20 people a day. We're talking 3 and 3. Okay. Reach out, follow up. And you know what? You will find that almost every day you're signing either somebody up for yourself, or in my case, I'm spending more time now signing up people for my team. Okay. This website, Build 331, is phenomenal for training and a business center for all of us. It's where you can order supplies like the sample envelopes. They don't make any money on us. They're making enough money on us as we sell product. They don't need to make money on us for, ordering order forms and sample envelopes. They just created the template for us to make life easier. Go ahead, Mike. So now is the time. Okay. So here's the question. Are you serious about your dream? Do you have any other options? Do you want to be pain-free and financially free? Imagine that. Now you're going to start feeling good and you're able to travel. You're able to do things. I just booked a cruise for next September, and I am going to Italy for the first time ever, and Greece and Croatia and Montenegro. And how am I doing that? This little patch. So exciting. And my husband's able to do the trip now. For the longest time, I would have never left the country with him. This is an order form. We have that also in our back office on Build 331. What I do, I like to actually help people do the signups. I give them this form, have them fill it out, or half the time I just fill it out for them and I just sign them all up, and then I send them a copy of their receipt along with their login information that we've created for them. So, but this form actually breaks down the different packages for you in layman's terms, and I do like the way it's been broken down here.
Yeah. And also there's the 30-day money back guarantee on the patches as well. If you decide to do business, it's 30-day money back guarantee. And if you just buy it retail and you just want to be a customer, not a preferred customer, they actually let you try it for 90 days, which is pretty amazing. That, you know, I love a company that has that kind of integrity where they don't want to take people's money unless they're happy. The best advertisement is word of mouth, and we all know how negativity spreads. And
Yeah.
if somebody says, hey, you know, I really didn't have a good experience, but you know what? They gave me my money back. That goes a long way in today.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Okay, so these URLs, QR codes, sorry, this brings you to all the different sites that we have. So obviously the Start X39, our Facebook groups, our YouTube channel, and the Build 331. These are just great information. You just scan it, it brings you right there. Can't make it any easier if we tried.
Mhm.
So you can take a screenshot of this if you want. These are they're the QR codes. You can go ahead and scan them to get access to all these resources to do your homework on them. Really, let me go ahead and stop the share and come back to you here. And yeah, thank you so much, Brenda,
Yeah.
for joining us on the call today. And again, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. And you just explain everything. So it's so easy to understand. I really appreciate about you and how you're just always there to help me, Mike, and whoever needs it.
Right.
Always, we're a team.
So if you came on the call late, I saw a couple of people come on a little bit later throughout the call. This call will be available on our YouTube channel. Make sure you get the recording, or you can go back to that previous page and access some of those resources. Lots of resources there to go ahead and learn more. But at this point, we really just strongly suggest that you get back to the person that invited you to go over the best options for you however you want to get started. We like to meet people where they're at. But but today we're going to do something special. We mentioned at the top of the call,
Yeah.
we were doing a challenge in our Facebook community called Living a Longevity Lifestyle for the last 15 days. We did a bridge squat challenge, and everybody that participated in that challenge, we put their name and the best team hat in the world is a Dodger hat. And we're going to draw a name out of the hat. And what we're going to do is we're going to give a 5-day supply worth of these patches out to that lucky person. And we're going to announce her name here. 5 days will give you an idea how maybe it might feel for you. Again, everybody works different. We have people put these patches on within 5 minutes they get pain relief, or 5 weeks it took me to get the pain relief, but I had the sleep relief instantly. So
Yeah.
it works different on everybody because everybody's different. So
Totally,
Deb,
everybody's
go ahead
different.
and shake it up. And
We've had results in, like you said, 5 minutes, 2 days, a week, or 2 months.
yeah, we call them one patch wonder. So hopefully that'll be you, whoever comes out of the hat.
I wish. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see who it is.
Okay.
All right.
Let me get my glasses.
Okay. Drum roll, please. And the winner is
Tammy Byrne.
Tammy Byrne. You just won an X39 sample 5-day supply. So we'll make sure that we reach out to Tammy.
And
And
it's not on here, but everybody in our group is a winner too, because
yes.
yeah, you guys rocked and rolled the challenge, and I'm excited for our next challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned for more. And again, thank you so much for tuning into this call. Thank you for your
I
time.
just jump in for one quick sec, and I apologize, but does anybody have any questions
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
before we end this?
Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and unmute your mic. And
Feel free to pick my brain.
yeah, Brenda's very resourceful with all the questions.
Mhm.
Brenda's a person that answers all our questions.
Yeah.
So,
All
okay.
right. I guess not. Good.
All right.
You did a great job, guys.
All right. Fantastic.
And if you do think of any questions, you